Hay un juego así, no sé por qué. Nada, descarga la transmisión, pues no juego. Nada, descarga la transmisión, la que no lo jugamos un rato. Pues llega a los 1000 puntos más o menos. Bienvenida a la primera persona del directo, que pongan en comentarios quién es y les saludaré. Y si no te has suscrito a mi canal, suscríbete y dale a like a este directo. Un saludo, Cristian Navarro. Hey, bro. Niño, mira. Mira el juego que sale tú, Cristian. Mientras se carga la transmisión, mira. A ver, a los 1000 puntos me voy yo. Me voy al cuadrado. 200 y 1000. ¿Habéis el juego y yo? ¿Qué? Y yo, dale a like al directo y manda likes a la gente.
going on, Fortnite fam? We're here for week number.
Vale, esto quitamos y mientras jugamos el jueguecito, venga. Cada vez que salga eso vamos a jugar al jueguecito de esto, gente. Hasta se vuelva a cargar. ¿Ves? Un cover banano, todo viciado. Otra vez eso, vale, ya vimos todo. Ah, no, me he derrotado. Ah, no, pero él está muerto ya también, mismo. Él está muerto. Yo morí antes que... Ah, venga, ya me ves.
Check out the next block of NA West. Let's see what we have in store.
Jaden had some.
Entonces, mientras... He muerto, ¿no? Entonces, 1700. Nunca yo que estoy concentrado porque las piñas hechas me cago en... Vale, que llevo 15.000, ¿vale? No, broma. Si llevo 20.000 ya que me voy. sabías que no la reventaba tú el jefe. Aquí me revienta el jefe. Hombre, si no reviento aquí yo ya tú, pues... Allá. Te voy a aprender mejor un tipo de juego este, vamos. Padre a la caña en esto, vamos. Padre en la caña, joder, esto.
¿Qué pasa, gente? Hola.
Únete a mi directo. Únete a mi directo.
Bueno, vale. Espera. ¿Estás en directo y cuánta gente te está viendo?
Hace un momento había como 20, pero ya se han ido.
¿Y a cuántos tienes?
0. Ah, venga, otra vez.
Qué pena. Si no te...
Estoy aquí como viendo la World Cup. Se ha terminado la partida, estoy jugando un juego que hay. Mientras que están... Pero vamos, me ha cargado la hamburguesa gigante. ¿Sabes cómo me llamo?
¿Cómo?
De Briona 77. Otra vez algo estoy hablando.
¿Estás listo?
¿Listo de qué?
Hostia, ¿sabes? Espera. Ah, vengo.
Creativo.
¿Sabes?
Dime.
¿Qué prefieres, dúo o creativo?
Creativo.
Y mejor. Así calienta un poco. Va a venir.
¿Y el Sancho este?
Un amigo, hace tiempo.
No.
Bro, dale listo.
Tú, una moto que vale 55.000 euros. 55.000
¿En dónde?
euros.
¿En dónde?
Es una Kawasaki. Es más rápida que un Fórmula 1 y que un F16. El caza. En aceleración es el más rápido, es que es...
Briones, dale a listo, anda.
Que no, yo no la he hecho. Yo estoy en directo.
Bueno, para nada. Pues si estás en directo, vete a ver más directos de gente, anda.
Yo no, pero estoy en directo mío.
In the inventory, but enough builds to make an escape. Plus, those 2 shadow bombs are going to be key, Jack, for these mid to late game rotations.
Show beans right now getting set up with these assault rifle weapons. The issue with having 2 of the same weapon class with ammo means, well, they share the ammo bed, and when you have under a clip in each, you're not really in a good spot. Thankfully, as we know, the combat shotgun with much more range than the likes of the pump when it was in the game can definitely get a little bit more done with it here in the late game. But now Showbeans on the run, not popping a shadow bomb as of yet, was maybe hoping to hit that launch pad, but It's like
quite
struggling to get some builds in here.
Building, honestly, probably one of the most important pieces of Fortnite Battle Royale. It is the ultimate Battle Royale experience. Jack, as they say, make a movement here, landing inside the same box. KGG gets the GG back to the lobby. Showbean's picking up a second elim, a lot of materials, and enough ammunition for multiple magazines. Finds another player inside. Quick edit, but decides to back out of that. Just kidding. The drop back in down to 38 HP. Took a lot of damage right there, trying to wall off from pressure from multiple sides. A tough position. Gonna have to rotate away right now. One of those shadow bombs may be the right call if more pressure comes in. It's Bucky. Cam Bam down below. Void. Shy Guy, Maximus, Frey. Slothy plays multiple players on your screen right now. And that's going to be the case pretty much throughout all of these games, especially in NA East. We mentioned earlier, I was with Sundown, we talked about Europe and how aggressive they seem to play in comparison to other regions. NA East a little slower as of recently in solos, especially with this being the final week of qualifiers for solos for the World Cup.
My
that
gosh.
is more splodes. It is, the legend has it to this day, they're still going off. Slothy burning through all their materials.
How is Slothy alive right now?
Didn't take a single point of damage.
Didn't take a single point of damage. Typically when that happens, the entire lobby begins to focus and then returns the favor onto Erupt Void with the combat shot there. Slothy, of all the outcomes right there, Dr. Lupo, that has to be the absolute best considering the circumstance.
Imagine having 15 dynamite thrown at you, not taking a single point, and then quickly one-tapping a player on the rotation after you rebuild. Now look at this, Slothy sees a player through the transparency of the metal wall going up. That's the storm side too, so there's a chance maybe to wait, doesn't decide to do it. Jumps out there into the rift to go, yet that other player may follow through behind. We're at 36, 35 players remaining. Kotor goes down to the storm. Kingman's picking up J-Mac in the feed as well. Sharp on your screen. Multiple players and ballers.
Remember, if you're on the ground right now, you're slipping and sliding around.
Not a fun position to be in. You have TJ, Baldy, multiple players, well-known names we've seen multiple times in the past. But you have to remember, too, that this is just the beginning of Sunday qualifiers. So everybody's kind of queued into the same pool, but as people start to push higher and higher in points, you're going to see the lobbies get more and more difficult as we go closer to the
stand out for sure.
Yep.
Here's a look at bottom of this build. Dynamite coming into play, recognizing, well, I've got to make something happen.
Ooh,
and there's a free limb on a Maximus. Now at 8 total points. Remember, top 25 is where placement points begin to come into play. Bugabot so darn close. Ooh, builds all the way into the zone, takes a couple ticks of damage, but nothing too bad, has a med kit. And I don't mind this at all right here, Lupo. I like the fact that, actually stops to go and fight someone nearby, because there's really not going to be another time to be able to pop this med kit when this all goes down. Bugabot hits the community rift and will begin to float towards this zone. So look at the rest of the carnage going down. We've reached our top 20.
12 builds there, floating in from above. Bugabot not sitting on a whole lot of small ammunition for that tactical AR. Baldy goes down to the storm. Bucky picking up Saw on the feed. Another elimination there for Bucky. Fly on pass doesn't have an opportunity to compete for high ground. Going to land on the ultimate low down on the floor down here, trying to get as close to the edge of the front of the storm as possible. You don't want to spend too much time trying to make your way in, especially with only 2 builds now. 1 brick, 1 metal. Gonna have to try and apply pressure, and there goes the rest of the materials. Bugabot now, fight for his life on the ground, drops in a player immediately next to him. 2 combat shotgun shots back to back there.
But that player also had no materials. Okay,
a little bit of
wood. There we go. That'll definitely help. Bugabot making the most of a bad situation with another elimination. Now into the top 10. And still, with 13 builds left, can try to make something happen. Here's a look from the top down of exactly where everyone's, but Frey also very, very weak. Looking to get maybe some siphon coming up here. Bugabot pushes out, decides, nope, I can't pick up that rocket right now. I've got to focus on this enemy that's nearby. Back up to 26 builds now. Bugabot in the top 5. So max placement points earned outside of winning the darn game. So definitely a solid performance up to this point. Haz with 2 from up top. There's a challenge coming on, and that is Haz, who gets cut down by Bugabot. 1 versus 1, and Frey just fell to his death because he had like 45 HP.
Eliminated by fall damage there.
That's that.
Plummeting down, and kind of a anticlimactic win there. I mean, still it's a victory royale. That's 10 points right there, plus the elimination, so you got to feel good, but didn't really have to compete for the last one outside of Haz falling in on top of his head there. Meanwhile, the next game over, 39 players remaining. We are in the southwest corner of the map. Gonna slide on in here. A fly in from the outside is Slacky Marevs. NA East, by the way, has just under 2 hours left to play. We're a little over a third of the way through their queue time. You have to get 10 games in. You can get 10 games in, I should say. A lot of players, even ones that make it to the top 10, top 5, even first place, don't often finish all their games. There's no need to if you're getting wins and high elimination counts every single time you play for placement, that kind of thing. So you have an hour and 50 minutes left.
I think he's just staring at this guy, just sitting in this box, wanting to just go for it. There it is. Oh,
the shot in the air.
No, tried to make it happen. Tried to make it happen, but unfortunately can't. But either way, Marevs had the right idea. If that player doesn't have a rift, obviously that's a different story. Looks like wants to keep the pressure going, and I don't mind this at all. You know how weak this person is.
Have to.
You have to go for this. Again, we talked so much about it. If you want to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Finals, you will not get away with just placement points. You need eliminations if you're going to do it. He gets right inside the box, and that was exactly who tried to break on out, tried to escape, but unfortunately met their demise right there inside the 1x1.
Slacky actually tried to do one of the coolest little gimmicks you can do. If you are above an opponent that has a pyramid on top of the 1x1 that they're in, you stand in the corner of it, build 2 of your own walls against that corner, and then just pickaxe straight down. Because your character, the character model will drop in there, and you'll phase through. If they instantly replace it, you'll phase through and fall into their box. You can keep the aggression going.
They call him Dr. Lupo for a reason right there.
Listen, I've watched enough. Let me just say this. I'll admit this openly. I have before. I'll say it again. I'm not the best player, Jack.
We know.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, there's a reason you're standing by my side right now, by the way. In comparison, we're trash. But we've watched enough and can understand the mechanics behind the game.
Absolutely.
That at this level, things like that, they stand out so much, and it's that kind of gameplay. You know, there's a reason I'm hiding behind the desk, like I said.
Hey, man, it makes sense. It's great to, be here casting with you. And also full peace of mind knowing that I have more skill in me than both you and your Pro-Am partner, Jordan Fisher, have in your entire bodies combined.
Best FortniteDuoEver.com.
And myself and Brett and Yuri, when we win next week, are going to sing and dance on stage. And then we're going to have $1 million go to our charity of choice. So. Tickets are actually available for the summer block party and the Pro-Am if you'd like to come take part and watch me take over. You can go to Fortnite Summer Block Party, Google, and find the link to it, because I don't know it off the top of my head. How about that for a plug?
A valid attempt there, but a little bit of a miss, just like most of your gameplay. Meanwhile, Tom, 72 hours here, 3 eliminations now. Pops the slurp to prevent anybody else at that point from using it. Picks up a mini.
Over here.
So I'm a little curious why he picked up 1 mini over keeping the slurp.
Sometimes in these late game moments, some panic can set in. You might not realize. You might not be able to get the chance. You might think, oh, that's 6 minis, right? And it's only 1. So right now, 72 hours, just trying to stay alive. Played out of his mind yesterday. A fantastic day. But as we know, Saturday doesn't always transfer over to Sunday. 72 hours spraying with his infantry rifle close range. Oh, doesn't get that a limb. Does stay in the zone. Doesn't get that a limb either. There you go.
Found one.
Okay, they do drop, but he kind of tunnel vision here, Lupo. He kind of tunnel vision here,
way
Lupo.
Outside in the storm, pushing his way in. Is he going to make it or not? We'll have to see. Just barely 10 HP remaining. The Shadow Bomb pushing on through to the opposite side of the safe zone. Almost lost it there. 90 HP to the zone is not ideal. Wishes he had that slurp, I'm sure, at this point, hoping he can find some way to get this back. Frantically building his way to the top, trying to build up inside the safe zone, stay at the forefront of the storm. 12 players left. We're very close.
Yep.
Got to make it to the top 5 to pick up the last 2 points before the victory royale is the only way for placement to matter anymore. Player directly above him. J Storm Painful looking down. Maybe an opportunity for Tom. He's going to see it. Releases the edit. Wall. Builds forward. Doesn't want to engage just yet. A little bit of fall in there. No fall damage.
I thought that was going to be it right there.
Very close. 8 players left. J Storm picking up another elim.
Oh.
Finds him inside a box. 72 hours goes down just outside the top 5.
And if you're threats right there, it's an easy decision. You see someone inside trying to chug a big shield in time. You've got a heavy sniper. You know the player's got to be weak. That is a no-brainer type shot. nicely recognized by threats. You see it on the left side of your screen, actually does get eliminated right there. So did make it right on the edge of top 5. Not sure if they wound up earning those other placement points, and it looks like he'd wind up, he did. So we are now in our top 3 though. Top right of your screen, Rocardini. Bottom right, Beggs. And then you see on the low ground, Slacky Marevs too, who's very, very weak. The stink is brilliant from up top. Stinks this late in the game are just so deadly. Marev's gonna drop to that. He smelt it and dealt it. Another stink comes in. Beggs getting chunked by this now. Even more stink still in the inventory. Oh, this is just beautiful. Rocardini recognizing that it's best to hold on to those to the extreme late game, and now basically has a free win right in front of themselves with this one. Yeah, that doesn't get much easier. Well-placed stinks, and the patience to hold on to them, Dr. Lupo, pays off in dividends.
You see an opportunity late game like that, players fighting it out below you, no reason to not just drop that guy on in there and see if you can deal it while they're forced to smell it, Jack. You hate to see that. Eliminations like that, I mean, it's, sorry, name on the screen threw me off for a second. See if you spot it at some point. 43 players left. Anyway, eliminations like that, you got to feel good about it too, because it's almost low effort, because you have players that you're not putting yourself in line of sight, you're just dropping the zone damage down below.
Yep.
Letting them fight it out inside. And East with 1 hour and 44 minutes left.
As you saw, one of the most incredible gamers out there, Yogurt Fart, in this lobby.
I think we're 14, Jack. I think honestly, sometimes our maturity level shows.
Like for real. Like, can
Epic,
we just address this for a second?
I'm from the bottom of my heart, Epic, please.
No, this is nothing to do.
I'm sorry.
This needs to be discussed. How do you decide your name's gonna be Yogurt Fart? Like where does it come in? Don't you want to, like, everyone else out there is TTV, they want to get their clout up, and then it's like, hey, yeah, add my Epic. My name's Yogurt Fart.
I think we've lost Jack, everybody. My deepest apologies. Fernando beaming Yeti out of the sky in the rotation in. Second elimination, 19 points.
Estaba poniendo a gente, lo gustaban.
Dannon.
Jack?
It's right now, Fernando is keeping the high ground at the moment. Trying to make sure no one can push towards this backside of the zone.
Yo voy a hacer una cosa, gente. ¡No! Gente, la acabo de cagar, tú.
Come on.
It's right now.
La acabo de cagar, bueno, gente. La he cagado ya, tú. Así que hasta aquí la de hoy porque la he cagado, si no se quería, así que...